100 Studios, The Big Biz Show, our affiliates, and our hosts are not registered investment advisors or broker-dealers.
Our show hosts make no commitment that the purchase of securities or companies profiled or otherwise mentioned in our programming are suitable or advisable for any person, or that an investment in such securities will be profitable in general.
Given the nature of the company's profile and the lack of an active trading market for their securities, investing is highly speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
We profile selected publicly traded and privately held companies on our program.
Most of these companies that we profile have provided compensation to Loft 100 Studios and its host for profile coverage.
From time to time, we sell shares of the companies profiled in the open market that we receive as compensation for coverage of client companies, but never sell stock if we're speaking about, interviewing, or covering a public company who has paid compensation.
Specific questions and compensation can be obtained by contacting producer at sullyentgroup.com.
Listeners should verify all claims and conduct their own due diligence before investing in securities mentioned in this program. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk.
That's the hardest NDA.
We encourage our investors to invest carefully and read the investor information available at the website on the Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC at www.sec.gov and or the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, at www.finra.org.
It is the Big Biz Show, rolling on live from the Loft 100 Studios here in sunny Southern California. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Day Trader Trio, DTT, always tuning in back here at the bar. It is Costa, it is Mary Godwin, and it is Sully.
Hey, interesting, we have a CFO with us today. A lot of times we get to interview CEOs and presidents and stuff like that, but we've got Raphi Levy is the CFO of Alpha Tau. They are publicly traded on the stock symbol DRTS. And I'll tell you, we've talked about this glioblastoma, brain cancer, horrible malady which kills quality of life.
Yep.
These guys have really interesting local cancer radiotherapy injections for a number of things. He joins us here on the Big Biz Show. Raphi, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm all right. Good morning, guys. How is sunny California doing?
Good. Hey, you caught our eye, and I don't know who brought you to our attention, but when you talk about where you can treat a broad range of tumors, boy, that's good news for a lot of folks, especially when you bring up the word brain cancer or that horrible disease, glioblastoma. Why don't you take it away from there?
Sure. Yeah, just very quickly. So we've come up with a product that's a local alpha radiation. So it's a different kind of radiation than anybody's using. It's injected directly into the tumor. And the goal is to give a very tight dose, very potent dose with a minimal amount of radiation. The idea is for it to stay where you put it and not spread to all the healthy tissue around it. And so because of that method of delivery, the idea that we're just putting it directly where we want it to go and it's staying in that area, as far as we're concerned, it can be used on any solid tumor, right? It's just about putting it safely into the tumor and leaving it there. And so we really are experimenting across a very broad range of tumors. Obviously, the glioblastoma, as you mentioned, pancreatic cancer, another devastating disease. Wow. We've done a lot of work in recurrent skin cancers, head and neck cancers, liver cancer. There's just a whole wealth of areas to go here. Sadly, no shortage of cancers really to spend time on. But thankfully, we've seen some really, really phenomenal results thus far. And the idea basically is to inject these little radioactive pins that are coated with radium-224, which is a very unique isotope that we've harnessed for this. As the radium breaks down and its daughter atoms expand further and further into the tumor, they release this alpha radiation deeper and deeper into the tissue. And so we're able to get that really solid coverage a couple of millimeters around the injection.
Raphi, I was watching a video on your website last night, and I was seeing
As we all do.
like just for fun, my evening fascination. So, but it looks like when it was going in for the biopsy, just to find out about the tumor, is when you can go in and treat it without even quite knowing. Is that right? Or you wait to find out if the tumor is malignant before you treat it?
So we definitely want to know if the tumor is malignant, but I think what you're picking up on is very important, right? We don't want to treat if it's benign because there's no need to put in radioactivity. What's unique here, though, is that our biggest challenge, as it were, was to figure out how do we get these injections into the tumor. And the way we've come up with is basically to piggyback off of the biopsies. It's just as you said.
Yeah,
so rather than inventing new equipment and new skills and training doctors again from scratch, which we really don't want to do, what we do is we use the same methods that they use for biopsy, the exact same equipment off the shelf, but we load that biopsy needle with this injection. And so in the same procedure that they would have done for a biopsy, they can use to inject this treatment into the tumor.
I think what's interesting here is, typically the glioblastoma sort of story has been to extend the quality of life here. This is a whole different story, though, isn't it? This is actually a better outcome if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah, the data we saw back in May in glioblastoma was really, really unique. So we're treating recurrent glioblastoma, which is obviously patients who've been treated and it's come back. Sadly, pretty much everyone who has glioblastoma dies or gets to a recurrence. The question is if they live long enough to see that recurrence. And when they do, there's really nothing to offer them. If you look in some of the guidelines in the US for how to treat recurrent glioblastoma, the first thing listed on the list of guidelines is find a clinical trial. That's how desperate these patients are. There's really nothing to offer them. And so we have a trial running right now in the US across a couple different centers where when we treated the first 3 patients, we had an interim look. We stopped after the first 3 and honestly mostly just checked for safety. We wanted to make sure we weren't doing any damage. But really, not only was the safety fantastic, the results that we saw were just mind-blowing. So all 3 of the patients, the tumors were kept in check, and in 2 out of the 3, the tumors completely disappeared. This is really unprecedented.
Raphi Levy, CFO, Alpha Tau, ticker symbol DRTS. Raphi, age minimums as far as the treatment is concerned, can you also attack childhood cancers as well?
It's a great question. We haven't started yet. The safety requirements for children are a little more onerous because everyone's scared to put radiation in them. So for now, we're starting in adults, and then obviously we hope to move to pediatrics in the future. Sadly, there's no shortage of patients on either side, so it's not like we're hurting for lack of patients. But we haven't done children just yet. We're only doing 18 and up for now.
Raphi, will you come back with us? This is interesting stuff. We didn't have enough time with our short segment today. We'd love to have you come back and talk more about this stuff.
Love to.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Raphi Levy, CFO, Alpha Tau, ticker symbol DRTS. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this edition of The Big Biz Show. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the DTT being here. For Sully, Mary Bert Cos, Godwin, I'm Costa.
Mary Bert Cos?
Her too.
Mary Bert Costa.
Both of them. We'll see you next time.
Oh, dear.